Welcome back to another episode of the Call Center Chronicles. As always, your host, Justin. And please, before we get started, I just want to let you all know, please like, share, and subscribe so I can bring you more content. Now, today is more of a annoyance of mine of people who intentionally call in wanting to fight. Just those intentional people who just call in already hyped up, wanting to start an argument, wanting to start a fight, and just I don't know what it is with them, but as soon as they call in, they're already mad, they're already upset, and then they start making up things like, well, I've called in several times already, but you look through the notes and you look through everything, and the last time they used the automated system or the last time they called in was like months ago, and they're like, well, I did this, I did that, and these are the ones I love the most because I get to call them out on it. Like, my car was just denied. You go look at it, there's no denial on our end. And then you gotta tell them, well, have you checked with the merchant, the one who denied it? It's like, why would I do that? You all denied it. No. No. We didn't deny it. We don't have anything denied on our end. Check with that merchant. And they just get real flustered up, real angry, real annoyed. Oh, by the way, got the okay. My wrist is going to be okay. Thankfully, it was not a fracture. I did have a internal electrical burn. The muscle was burned a little bit. It had some damage. The doctor described it kind of like a first-degree burn, almost like a sunburn, just on the tendons, on the nerves. Going to have a little bit of trouble. Just gotta keep using my hand, get the strength back to it, but I'll be okay. Now, back to the story. Back to the things here. Now, for some reason, I don't know what it is with these people. They just love to call in, already flustered, already angry, and just wanting to start fights, and I don't understand why. I remember one time when I was doing a short sale way back when, and this person was super upset, and I see this guy I called in multiple times, demanding for his short sale to be closed. He's already in the process of closing negotiations. And the short sale is going to go off without a hitch. And I think I talked about this guy. He did not want... he wasn't going to have to pay anything back. He got the short sale was going to close in full. He didn't have to pay anything back. But he decided that he wanted to have it foreclosed. So you call in intentionally getting riled up, demanding all this and everything. Alright, fine, whatever, sure. And one of my most favorite things when I did ATM fraud, this person was upset that we denied a transaction that came international. It was international. It was out of the United States. Now, whenever you travel, it's always a good idea to check with your bank and let them know, hey, I'm going to be traveling out of the United States, out of country to another country, or just to a different state. It's always good to let them know because it's going to be flagged as possible fraud. And I explained this to this guy. And then he starts going crazy. They saying it's my money, I have a right to it. Y'all can't be holding my money hostage. So let me go ahead and get this straight. You're calling in upset that you used your card in another country. What if this wasn't even you? Would you have still been upset? Take a moment and think about that. What if you did not use this card in another country? What if someone else had just used it? Would you have still been upset if we just let it happen? That's a good question. I would have been upset if that happened. But then again, I have a normal sense of rational thinking. These people calling intentionally upset, already mad, just want to start a fight. It's like they don't have any sense of rational thinking and just want to get mad at every little thing. The dog sneezes? Oh, why'd you even do that? You're such a bad dog. Bah! No, I'm seriously. It's like some of these callers intentionally call in upset. They rile themselves up for nothing. And a lot of times it's something that they did on their own. A lot of times I've seen that. When I did short sales, ATM fraud, prepaid, doesn't matter. Heck, when I even worked security, I mean, I had literally someone who locked themselves out and was mad at me. I was just driving by. I was literally on patrol, and I'm just going through my normal rounds, just going through, and this guy comes up to me, starts yelling and screaming at me. I'm like, hey, you need to calm down, you need to back up, you're getting too close, you need to back up. And he's like, I'm locked out of my house. Okay. Where are your keys? Like, I don't know. You don't know. Okay. Let me go ahead and go back to the lodge. You need to open it right now. I need to go back to... No, you need to do it right now. Do I have keys on me? Do you see me with keys? You want me to open up with these keys here? Yeah. That's not going to work. These are my house keys. Got my keys on there for my house. Not yours. I gotta go back to the lodge and get that. And he just didn't understand that all the keys were in the main lodge. Were in the main building. I've intentionally riled himself up just to demand something. It's like these callers that we have to deal with. These people intentionally rile themselves up, and I just don't understand why. I mean, what's the point? I mean, what is the point of getting yourself riled up? Sure, I may be upset, but I compose myself, call in, and I become as professional, as courteous as I can to the person on the other end of the phone that I'm having to call to deal with because something's not working. That's fine. I have an issue with my internet. I call up my internet provider, but I don't intentionally rile myself up. I tell them, "Hello, my name's so and so. This is my number to the account. All the information. Verify myself. I'm just having a little bit of connection with my internet. Is there any type of outage in my area? Do I need a remote reset? What's going on here?" And they calmly, politely look at the account, and it's done in about a few minutes. Instead of getting myself intentionally riled up and dragging something out that shouldn't take more than 4 or 5 minutes to handle, it gets handled in about 3-4 minutes, maybe even 5. But yet, I don't get riled up at people. There's no point in that. But for some reason, as I say this entire video, these people just intentionally rile themselves up. And I don't even know why most of the time. I'll look over an account and I don't see anything wrong with it, and they're like, well, they didn't let me do this. I'm like, okay, but I'm trying to look at it and I'm not seeing anything here. Well, it did it. Okay, can you try doing it for me right now? I'm no longer there. So the situation you're calling about happened how long ago? 5 days ago? Why didn't you call us then? You waited 5 days, got yourself rallied up for what? Nothing? Seriously, what is the point of getting yourself riled up over nothing that happened an hour ago, 2 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 5 days ago even? You get yourself riled up over nothing a lot of times. If it happens at that moment, and I can understand why you're upset at that moment, but you wait, or you just intentionally make it worse by trying to forcefully do something. I mean, what's the point? I've had this person get all riled up and all pissed off because they used their card at an ATM and input the wrong PIN number. And then blame me that they didn't know their PIN number. I mean, how are you going to sit there and blame someone else because you don't remember the PIN number that you set up? I remember my PIN number for all my cards. I remember it. And I've gone through like maybe 5 different PINs. But I remember each one of them. Because I had to. Because that's how I got my money. That's how I go make a purchase at a store. I don't call up my bank and start yelling at the person at the other end because I messed up, because I forgot my own information. And then how are you going to get upset for calling in because you forgot your own father's middle name, your mother's maiden name? I mean, it's like these people intentionally make up random things to put on their security questions. They make something up and then they forget about it. How is that our fault? I mean, that's not my fault. But you intentionally riled yourself up and you're like, oh, this is your fault. You can't do anything right. Meanwhile, we're sitting here taking the call and thinking you're a complete dumbass. You're blaming us for your own stupidity. And that's what I really feel about the people who intentionally get themselves riled up and call in. They get themselves all riled up, all flustered in the face, demanding things, snarling, foaming at the mouth. I'm like, alright, Karen. You did this on your own. This is your fault. The mess you made. And now I'm here trying to help you clean it up. But you don't want to hear anything I like that you want. You don't want to like what the words that are coming out of my mouth. Now I'm telling you what you need to do to fix this because of your own fault. You want to talk to a supervisor? They're going to tell you the same thing. You made the mess. We're trying to help you clean it up. You don't like that? You want to talk to the manager? Okay, let's get you over to the manager. They'll tell you the same thing. But don't call in intentionally riled up. Just start a fight. Just start an argument. Because you don't have anything else better to do. I mean, it's kind of true. I mean, these people call in intentionally wanting to fight. Who intentionally wants to start a fight? Are you a professional boxer? Are you a professional mixed martial art fighter? Are you a professional wrestler? What are you? I mean, those are the only people I can understand intentionally riling themselves up for a fight. But no. You intentionally rile yourself up sitting on the couch to call your cell phone provider, to call your bank, to call whoever. And we, who have to deal with it, don't want to deal with your stupidity. Because we know you're making shit up. We know this. Because we can hear it in your voice. We hear it in your voice. We hear it in the way you talk. Or talk down to us, I should say. Because you think everyone who works in customer service is beneath you. Tell you what, we're not beneath you. Many times we're exactly the same people as you. We might even be your next door neighbor, your best friend. And we are not going to tell you we work in a call center, mainly due to the fact that we know the type of person you are. Hell, I went to school with a person like that. Did not like this person at all. Because this person always intentionally riled himself up for the littlest of things. And what does he do now? As far as I know, he works at a call center. And he hates his job. And I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and I told him, it sucks, doesn't it? He's like, yeah, working at a call center sucks. No, not that. Everything you used to do when you were in school, even out of school, when you first started working. It's like, what do you mean? Everything that those people who call in and do to you, you used to do to others. And he just sat there. It's like, I don't remember that. It's like, yeah, you do. Why do you think you didn't have any friends? Why do you think that you only have a small friend pool? Not because you're an introvert. I'm an introvert. I don't like going out too much. I have a small selection of friends. Very small pool of friends. But yet, he was one of those people. And he didn't understand. And I had to explain that to him. And he's like, I kind of get it now. Why was like, yeah, you do. Do not call intentionally riling yourself up to start a fight. We don't want to deal with that. We don't want to deal with you. But that's going to wrap up this video. Stay tuned for Thursday for another video. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great week.